Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, this will be the first of 3 videos going over the new Season 4 weapons. We'll be covering the EF88 assault rifle today. This weapon is pretty unique in some ways. Number 1, I'm fairly certain the headshot multiplier is bugged. Number 2, they added some crazy barrel attachments that can make some really cool builds happen. So without further ado, let's start going over this stuff. If you enjoy the channel, guys, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, and I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this very YouTube channel. And I'm trying to get the people with notifications turned on a little bit higher, so if you do enjoy the channel, if you don't want to miss an upload, be sure to turn on those notifications. I'm definitely going to be updating my Battlefield 6 weapon tier list about halfway through Season 4. So when it comes to the EF88 assault rifle, this weapon is best described as sort of a strange middle ground. It's a very comfortable weapon to use, though. If we compare it to something like the L85, the EF88 is basically a faster killing, lower velocity, lower recoil version of the L85, and if we compare it to something like the B36A4, the EF88 is a slower killing, slower velocity, but I guess easier to use, lower recoil B36. And if I wanted to compare the EF88 to something in the LMG category, I would definitely compare it to the DRS. Does the EF88 outdo any of these weapons? It's arguable. But I think this is sort of trying to fit in a ton of comfortable weapons into one low recoil, easy to use package. So in terms of the damage model, it holds a 4 BTK out to about like 20 meters, and then it drops to a 5 BTK, holds the 5 BTK all the way out to 70 meters, and then it drops, I think, about 75 meters to a 6 bullet to kill. This damage model is fairly common. That's why I was comparing it to the L85 and the DRS. One thing to note, this weapon I'm using with synthetic tip right now, as you can see, and the headshot multiplier is 1.75. But if we take a look at the L85, I'm also using synthetic tip with it, and its headshot multiplier is 1.8. So if we go in the range here, headshots should be doing 47, 94, and 141 within that range. And if we do the same test with the EF88, they do 46, 91, and 137. The only explanation for this is DICE forgot to put the newly increased headshot multipliers on this weapon, which is very unfortunate. But in terms of the first build, this is the heavy extended barrel build. I would say if you just want one build to slap on and it's just going to get the job done every single time, this would definitely be it. So long suppressor, heavy extended for that increased accuracy while firing, and the extra velocity, which makes targets at range way easier to hit. Ribbed stubby for the slight recoil control and ADS, and of course synthetic tip. Synthetic tip on this weapon is very, very good, especially after they fix the bug with the headshot multiplier being lower than it really should be. Moving on to the second build, this is more of a faster, more mobile build. I believe this has cryo barrel, and yeah, the mobility is significantly higher with 200 ADS speed. So this build is standard suppressor, cryo barrel, violet laser, stubby grip, and it does not have synthetic tip, but you are incredibly accurate while moving, and you have faster strafe speed. And this is just generally a way more wieldy, maybe a more close range appropriate build. And the cool thing about this gun is you don't really need to use long suppressor or recoil buffer, because as you can see, it's still very friendly to shoot. It has a nice vertical bounce and reset to the recoil that just feels correct. You know what I mean? And I mentioned this weapon has some pretty crazy new barrels on offer. So if we take a look at this build, they added the extended light barrel, the short light barrel as well. These open up crazy build opportunities. So for instance, this is a close quarters build I came up with. It utilizes the short light barrel, so you get better hip fire, better ADS speed, and better moving accuracy all in one barrel. And you can get 200 ADS speed by using the folding stubby. The movement accuracy penalty is offset by the barrel, which means you can afford to use a green laser for better hip fire. And I like fitting in a fast mag for CQC builds. So here's the hip fire on the gun. Obviously not, like, the best hipfire weapon in the game, but I do think it's really cool that they added these barrels to this weapon. In terms of where you should use this weapon, this is definitely one of those low recoil, comfortable, consistent, easy to use weapons. And I think the EF88 tries to fit a lot of the elements of other weapons in the game, like the DRS and the L85 and the B36A4, into one weapon with small trade-offs. For instance, the EF88 has lower muzzle velocity than the L85 and the B36A4. But to offset that, the EF88 has lower recoil variation and better time to kill than the L85. In any sort of ideal scenario, you should be using the EF88 in mid to long range gunfights. That is absolutely where it's going to shine because it is so consistent and because it really doesn't have much recoil whatsoever. One thing I do hope they fix very quickly is the fact that the headshot multipliers do appear to be bugged on the EF88. Next up, guys, going to be covering the new carbine and, of course, the new DMR. Be sure to let me know what weapon you want me to cover next in the comment section, and if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the Og Mog gameplay.